Hello friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. This is the morning edition of Bible study. We are in the Niv in Matthew chapter 10, and we are going to read the whole chapter, which takes us to verse 42. So, let's get started. Remember, this year and next year, doing the Niv, 2026, reading all the words of the KJV. If you have a favorite version, we'll get to it. Jesus sends out the 12. He called his 12 disciples to him and gave them authority to drive out evil, unclean in Greek, spirits, and to heal every disease and sickness. These are the names of the 12 apostles. First, Simon, who is called Peter, and his brother Andrew. James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John. Philip, and Bartholomew, Thomas, and Matthew the tax collector, James the son of Alphaeus, and Thaddeus, Simon the zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. It's just, Matthew could not, right? We're just going to put that in there, right from the beginning. These 12, verse 5, these 12 Jesus sent out with the following instructions. Do not go among the Gentiles, or enter any town of the Samaritans. Go gather the lost sheep of Israel. As you go, preach this message. The kingdom of heaven is near. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy. The Greek word was used for various diseases affecting the skin, not necessarily leprosy. So like skin diseases of all kinds, because it's a thing in the Old Testament. How to tell if something is on the surface, like, skin deep, or is it below the surface? Is it a real risk? Do you just have a rash? Or do you have something that can kill a whole bunch of people when we're wandering around in the desert in tents? Okay, so just all skin diseases. Drive out demons. Freely you have received, freely you give. Do not take along any gold or silver or copper in your belts. Take no bag for the journey, or extra tunic, or sandals, or staff. For the worker is worth his keep. So don't take anything with you and go out and preach. Whatever town or village you enter, search for some worthy person and there stay at his house until you leave. As you enter the home, give it your greeting. Bless it. If the home is deserving, let your peace rest on it. If it is not, let your peace return to you. If anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, shake the dust off your feet when you leave that home or town. Get rid of that bad energy. Don't take it with you. I tell you the truth, it will be more bearable for Sodom and Gomorrah on the day of judgment than for that town. I am sending you out like sheep among wolves. Therefore, be as shrewd as snakes and as innocent as doves. So be clever. He's not telling you, he's not telling you have no defenses. He's saying because your intention is good, you don't need to have, a barrier of protection or extra stuff. You're walking by faith. Walking by faith means when the Lord says, if you believe the Lord will provide, then the Lord will provide. And then you don't stress about it. Stress is terrible on every level for us. It really is. It's like a silent killer. So just be careful with how much of anything you decide to absorb from this world. Verse 17. Be on your guard against men. They will hand you over to local councils and flog you in their synagogues. On my account, you will be brought before governors and kings as witnesses to them and to the Gentiles. But when they arrest you, do not worry about what to say or how to say it. At that time, you will be given what to say. The Holy Spirit will come upon you, and it will tell you what to say. For it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. See? Verse 21. Brother will betray brother to death, and father his child. Children will rebel against their parents and have them put to death. All men will hate you because of me, and he who stands firm to the end will be saved. When you are persecuted in one place, flee to another. I tell you the truth, you will not finish going through the cities of Israel before the Son of Man comes. A student is not above his teacher, nor is a servant above his master. It is enough for the student to be like his teacher, and the servant to be like his master. Okay, so like them. You're not trying to become them. You're trying to emulate the pieces of that keep you on the narrow path. So not carbon copies. If the head of the house has been called Beelzebub, C, or Beelzebul, or Beelzebul, there's variations of the same, how much more the members of that household? Oh. So if the head of the household is rotten, you have to be careful. The whole household might be rotten, is what they're saying. And I mean, if you think about it in an anthropological sort of sense, it makes sense. Where do we learn to people? From our parents, right? But not just from our parents, from our community. So our parents and our aunts and our uncles, and because that's what children are doing. They're watching every grown-up and trying to pick and choose and decide what their conduct is supposed to be based upon what they're watching around us, even if we think they're not. That's the nature of children. So do not be afraid of them. There is nothing, this is verse 26, so do not be afraid of them. There's nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known. So don't worry about what they do. At some point, their own nature of their toxic behavior will get them caught up in something, and the world will see what kind of person they are, because our own nature always does that. What I tell you in the dark, speak in the daylight. What is whispered in your ear, proclaim from the roofs. Do not be afraid of those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather, be afraid of the one who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? In Greek it's an Assyrian. Yet not one of them will fall to the ground apart from the will of your Father. And even the very hairs on your head are all numbered. Like he knows everything. He sees everything. He even knows how many hairs you have on your head. I don't know how many hairs I have on my head. I don't even want to find out. Like I don't know what that exercise would involve, but it sounds like not worth it. So it's data. And I love data, but not that. So like that's not. What good does that do me? So don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows. Whoever acknowledges me before men, I will also acknowledge him before my Father in heaven. But whoever disowns me before men, I will disown him before my Father in heaven. Do not suppose that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemy will be the members of his own household. Micah 7:6. And that is because walking the narrow path requires accountability. And a really big part of what we're even going through right now is a whole lot of people with a lot of entitlement, feeling they can have whatever they want, do whatever they want, treat anyone however they want, and the world needs to cater to them because they said so. Now, before you come for me because you assume I'm talking about your side or their side, I'm talking about everybody. And what I'm saying is this is something that has been generationally taught, and we are trying to fix it. And I have personally seen the schisms within my own family, within other people's families, and all over the place. People are really, it's not new, and it's going to continue to be. Because when you get to a certain place of healed, You really just can't be around the people who have malice in their heart, who want to hurt other people, who feel they're entitled to talk to you however which way. You just don't stay around them because you can't. It disrupts your soul, and you feel it in here. 37. Anyone who loves his mother or father more than me is not worthy of me. Anyone who loves his son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And anyone who does not take his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. So this is just one of the things. People are going to have a problem when you want to hold them accountable for not treating other people or you nicely, however that works. They're not going to like it. And they're going to get aggressive. And they're going to get loud. And you're supposed to hold firm. I mean, how were the Pharisees acting towards Jesus? Was it all cuddles and snuggles? And he's telling you, walk in this path. That's what it means. Whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. You give up your will to him, and your life will transform. Verse 40. He who receives you receives me, and he who receives me receives the one who sent me. Anyone who receives a prophet because he is a prophet will receive a prophet's reward. Which prophet? What kind of prophet? Those fake prophets that were calling themselves prophets that were talking to Baal? I don't want that. And a lot of the prophets got killed. So just, whew. And anyone who receives a righteous man because he is a righteous man will receive a righteous man's reward. That's better. And if anyone gives a cup of cold water to one of these little ones, because he is my disciple, I will tell you the truth, he will certainly not lose his reward. So kindness is what gets you your rewards. Being gentle with others, being nice to others, understanding that we're here to anchor the light and lift up the world. The world is figure-outable, and solutions can be found if we want them. If we're going to insist we can only have them in this one way because we've decided it's only this and nothing else. It's this or it's the end of the world. It's not really the end of the world. Because you can't actually make it explode. You can jack up your world. You can maybe jack up world around people around you, but the actual literal explosion of the earth. The sky's not literally falling. So then it's lots of emotions. And it's lots of expectation. And it's lots of, entitlement. And that is something to go look at. Because there are no isms in heaven. So that's not really the way you get there. Love and gentleness, my friends. Love and gentleness. Have a blessed day.